Regis. What surprised you in there tonight at the back? What surprised you in there the most about Devin? Was it his speed? Was it his
Yeah, it was his speed. Trying to catch up to him. You know, I was trying to catch up to him, trying to get to him, and it just seemed like I just couldn't get to him.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy back again. Marlo knows basketball and Marlo knows boxing. Back at y'all with another one. Coming to y'all this morning after a great night of boxing. Devin Haney is the truth. Devin the Dream Haney. This boy is the truth. The future of boxing is here. Devin Haney displayed magnificent boxing skills last night. The greatest performance of his career by far. This is the best we've ever seen Devin Haney look. He was faster, stronger, way more sharp at 140 than he was at 135. And he was the undisputed champion at 135. And he's even better at 140. He destroyed Regis Prograis last night. I was completely shocked. The biggest thing that shocked me was Devin's power. Devin had some pop on those shots. You saw Regis Prograis' face after the fight. He dropped Regis Prograis, had him hurt and in trouble several times during the fight. Regis Prograis, definitely known for his power, couldn't even touch Devin Haney. Devin Haney's defense, he's plugged up a lot of holes in his defense that I felt like he had in previous fights. Those defensive lapses were not there last night, man. He was magnificent on defense. And now Devin Haney is the 140-pound, the junior welterweight WBC champion. Now he is a two-weight division champion. Of course, once again, he was undisputed at 135 as a lightweight. Now at junior welterweight, he is the WBC champion. So he's a two-weight division champion. He's here, man. He's here, and he's capable of beating anybody in the 140-pound division. So if he wants to go that route, I don't see him becoming undisputed not being a possibility. So him being undisputed at 140, if he wants to go ahead and collect all the belts, that's definitely a possibility. But definitely very impressed by Devin Haney last night. Very impressed. He had me speechless with that performance last night. That was the greatest performance of his career by far. One of the greatest performances that we've seen this year. But what's next? What's next for Devin Haney? He has come out and stated recently, and that's why I kind of felt like he was making a mistake by overlooking Regis Prograis, but I guess he was more focused than I thought. But he had came out recently, a couple weeks ago, and said that after he beats Regis Prograis, which he just did in a dominant fashion, he said he was going to move up to 147 to challenge Keith Thurman or Mario Barrios. I don't think that would be the best move. Honestly, I don't think he can get a fight with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, it doesn't even look like Keith Thurman's ever going to fight again. So I don't think Keith Thurman's on the table. Mario Barrios, he could get a fight with Mario Barrios, and that would be a good fight. I feel like Devin Haney should definitely be favored in that fight. If he does fight Mario Barrios, that would be a great win. But I just feel like there's bigger fights at the 140-pound division. So I think it would be a mistake to go to 147 right now. Devin Haney is only 25. He's got more than enough time to move up to 147 after he gets these big fights at 140. Of course, the biggest fight for Devin Haney, and the biggest fight for anybody in boxing that's at the 135 or 140-pound division, is Tank Davis. He's the second biggest name in boxing behind Canelo Alvarez. So, money-wise, Tank Davis would be the way to go. That would be a 50-50 fight in my estimation after watching that performance that Devin put on against Regis Prograis. His defensive capabilities and how sharp he looks at 140 and the power that he has at 140. Way more pop in his punches than he had at 135. I think that would be a 50-50 fight. Tank, of course, man, he has dynamite in his hands. So if he catches you, then you're going to sleep. But Devin Haney, the way he looked last night, as sharp as he looked, it ain't gonna be easy to catch him. So I think that would be a 50-50 fight. I wouldn't know who to pick in that fight. I would give a prediction if they ever do fight. I'll have to really break it down and see how they look in training camp and things like that. But this would be the biggest fight. But I think Tank is probably going to go after Pitbull Cruz in his next fight. Give Pitbull a rematch. Of course, they had a really close fight a couple years back. So I feel like Tank is probably going to go in that direction. So I don't see that fight happening either. And there's also an opponent that I want to see Devin fight more than I want to see him fight Tank. This is a rivalry that's been brewing. And, of course, I am talking about Mr. Teofimo Lopez, the takeover himself, who also put on a spectacular performance earlier this year against Josh Taylor to become the WBO junior welterweight champion. Teofimo Lopez, a beast, and he showed it in that fight against Josh Taylor. That was one of the greatest performances of this year as well. So both fighters will be coming off probably the greatest performance of their career. Teo, you might want to say the Lomachenko fight, but that Josh Taylor fight, he definitely was more dominant, I felt like, in that fight than he was against Loma. Devin Haney also coming off the most dominant performance of his career, beating Regis Prograis in dominant fashion that he did. These two have been going at it for years, man. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. They've been going back and forth for years. They had a big beef over that 135-pound undisputed. A lot of people felt like Teofimo Lopez was not the undisputed 135-pound champion because Devin Haney had the WBC belt. So the WBC came up with this franchise belt, which a lot of people didn't recognize. The other belt federations didn't recognize that as a legitimate belt. And if you look at the major media outlets like ESPN, they didn't have Teofimo Lopez listed as undisputed because they had Devin Haney listed as the WBC champion. That was all cleared up when Teofimo lost to Kambosos, and then Devin Haney beat Kambosos twice, going over to Australia to Kambosos' home turf and dominated him 2 times in a row to become the true undisputed champion. No questions asked. He threw that franchise belt in the trash. So it's been a beef since then, even before then. There's stories about these guys going back and forth and sparring and arguing over who got the better of who in the sparring. This matchup has been brewing for years. These two do not like each other. Their fathers have gone back and forth over the years as well. So the build up to this fight would be amazing. The hype behind this fight. I feel like if they do fight in 2024, this might be the biggest fight of 2024 right here. Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. Let's make it happen, guys. Y'all been arguing so long. Let's get it on, man. Let's get it on. Let's talk. Let's get active.
We do that shit inside the ring, bro. Let's make it happen. You gotta do that shit inside the ring, bro. After I ain't both songs, don't do it. Never been. Not on my blood. Never been, bro. Make it happen. I hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You ain't for nobody, bro. You ain't for nobody. What contract left? What happened to the meeting with Bob? 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 Exactly. What happened to the meeting? No, I'm not anybody. What the fuck? We gotta stop fucking talking shit and get on the fucking ring. Anytime we ready, bro. You know what they think.